Last top 10 video, I covered my favorite Dragon Ball characters, and since it not only did well, but I also got many comments and messages about what my next top 10 video should be. And that series is not only one of the most popular anime series of all time, but also partly responsible for kids running with their hands behind their back. It's Naruto. I am Tiago with Attack on Tiago, and for today's video, I'll be going over my top 10 favorite Naruto characters. If you enjoy this kind of content, please be sure to hit that subscribe button to be notified when I next upload a video. Also, I'll be including all characters that have appeared in both Naruto and Naruto Shippuden. And unlike the Dragon Ball video, this list was much tougher for me to make. I personally have way over 10 characters that I would love to put on here, but unfortunately, I have to cut it to 10. And boy, is this going to be controversial. In fact, let's start off with a controversial choice, with number 10 being Sasuke Uchiha. Sasuke is the deuteragonist of the story, and the character that gets the second most attention. Second, obviously, to the titular character Naruto. Sasuke's sole desire was to get revenge on his brother Itachi, since he murdered his clan, which is an honorable desire. But unfortunately, why Sasuke is much lower than most people would probably have him is his decision making. Sasuke made multiple decisions which not only put his friends in harm's way, but deliberately helped out the villains just to try and reach his brother, who, spoilers, wasn't such a bad guy after all. Sasuke's change and development was very interesting to watch throughout the series, and he was certainly unpredictable at times, but that doesn't save him from being head-scratching and irritating from time to time when I was watching.
Was it always your dream to become the Hokage? All of the time you spent chasing after me would have been better spent in training.
Now coming in at number 9 is another Uchiha, which there will be certainly more of. This is Obito. Obito for much of the story was seen as Tobi, one of the members of the Akatsuki. And even though he was very entertaining as Tobi, it was Obito that cemented his spot on this list. He came out of nowhere and made such an impact on the Naruto community and series, with a tragic past that directly related to Kakashi's development, and some epic transformations and fights, including one of my top 3 favorite fights in Naruto. Obito was an instrumental piece in the final arcs of Shippuden. Next at number 8, we have the main character himself, Naruto. Usually I'm a huge fan of main characters, but in Naruto the series, the supporting characters are just so damn good. But enough of that, let's talk about Naruto. Naruto in his youth was truly inspirational due to everyone looking down on him for who he was. And even though he was a bit loudmouthed, his goals never derived. Following Naruto and seeing him get stronger and learn more about everything going on around him and his past was a highlight of the series. His character was very relatable, but just not the whole having a 9-tailed demon fox in your body part. That wasn't.
If being smarter means what you say it does, I'll remain a fool my entire life. I'll create some incredible jutsu, and I'll rescue Sasuke no matter what!
Now at number 7, we have one of the best fathers in anime, Minato. Minato was one of the most hyped up characters to appear in Naruto, and he did not disappoint. His achievements and sacrifices he made along the way should alone cement his place on this list. But it's also his unique fighting style that I love. His jutsus do not require any hand motion, and he is able to analyze his opponents so quickly that he actually takes care of them in a flash. Get it? Since he's called the Yellow Flash? Okay, never mind, let's just move on. At number 6 is probably the character that was hyped up the most in all of Naruto, and another member of the Uchiha, Madara. Madara somehow became a very sympathetic character in Naruto. He had an excellent backstory which revolved around him going against his best friend, and he actually had a noble goal, which was world peace. Granted, the means he went about it weren't so noble, but that's what made him a dynamic villain. And let's not forget his badassery, being not only one of the most powerful in the series, but so much so that he took on an army by himself in such epic fashion. What a legend. We have now reached the top 5, and starting it off is the Toad Sage, Jiraiya. Jiraiya was possibly Naruto's most influential mentor in his life, and he was there when Naruto needed him most, But aside from that, Jiraiya was also the funniest character in the series to me, with such an amazing and lovable personality. I loved all of his interactions with each of the characters in the series.
What do you think you're doing, you fool? Release!
And it was later on in the series where we get to see more of Jiraiya's layers as a character when his past comes back to haunt him. But nevertheless, Jiraiya's impact on the story stayed true throughout, which is why he's one of the most iconic mentors in anime history. Now at number 4, we have Gaara. Gaara is another example of the brilliance in Naruto for tragic and emotional backstories. He was feared by everyone the moment he was born, which in turn led Gaara to resent the world and kill everyone that opposed him. It was during the Chunin exams when Gaara made a name for himself, having one of the best fights in the entire series against Rock Lee, and being one of the first direct antagonists. Gaara was well remembered. Even though he was seen less later on in the series, it was his development and change from villain to hero that made me love him as a character. Okay, we are now at the top 3, and all 3 are heavy hitters. Starting off the top 3 is my favorite villain in all of Naruto, Pain. Pain has one of the most unique and cool designs in all of Naruto, and was a member of the Akatsuki. Pain at a young age saw the implications and horrifying nature of war, so he wanted to make sure no one else went through what he did ever again. Unfortunately, that meant doing unforgiving things. Pain is home to some of the most best moments in the entire series. His killing of a certain character, the destruction of Konoha, and essentially the reason why Naruto led to being Hokage. Pain was so instrumental and connected to Naruto's story as a whole, and let's not forget his epic theme song. Wow, was that amazing. Next up at number 2, we have everyone's favorite copy ninja, Kakashi. I feel like I could be here for a while if I have to go into Kakashi's backstory and why it's so powerful and cool. But I'll save you the trouble and just let you know that it is so powerful and cool. He honestly is probably the most well-rounded character in the entire series. Great backstory, great character design, great fight scenes, great comedic moments, great relations and interactions with all the characters. There's so much to love. But even though I loved him from the moment he started off teaching Team 7, I think it was the reveal of his Sharingan Eye and his weaving story with Obito that made him more than just a cool mentor ninja we all saw him as. And now, he's one of the most beloved characters in the entire series and in all of anime.
I'm Kakashi, the copy ninja. I know 1,000 jutsu, and now I'll use them all and live up to my name.
But finally, we have reached the number 1 spot. He's on my YouTube banner. He was my first AMV I uploaded on here. Anyone that knows me should be able to get this. It's Itachi Uchiha. Now, Itachi is quite the interesting character. I always thought he was great, but it was later on that made him awesome. He was always so intriguing and mysterious and always had such a presence every time he was on screen. And his interactions with Sasuke were so brilliant, but it was that reveal that changed everything. One of the best twists I've seen in anime, and it's why he murders his entire family, and that's when his character turned full 180. That moment made Itachi a legend, and one whose actions paid the ultimate sacrifice. Itachi not only is badass, and is home to one of my all-time favorite twists, but he's also my favorite character in Naruto. So everyone, that is the list. I bet many of you will be disagreeing on the placements of some of these characters, and probably left confused with some of the characters that are missing. If so, please let me know your top 5 to 10 Naruto characters in the comments below. And also, please recommend me more top 10 videos you want to see. I am happy to do them if I like the idea. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It really means a lot. I am Tiago with Attack on Tiago, and I hope you all have a nice day.